And this is how my hair looks like now, exactly 10 months after performing the hair transplant. Did the hair transplant on the 27th of November, and today is the 15th of September. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with the result. I finally can have my long hair back, because back then I was balding so badly that if I were to have long hairs, I would look like this person. And with this episode, I want to form my conclusion of this exciting journey. I'm happy with this hair transplant. It really works. I don't have hair droppings on the sink anymore these days. Unless, of course, I have a stressful day, I will see one or two. Back then, I'll get about 10 to 20 when I run my fingers through my hair. So some of you ask me, are you taking finasteride for the rest of your life? No, I'm not. I only took it the first 1 or 2 months. Reason, I just do not feel comfortable and dependent on taking this medicine for the rest of my life. No side effect, and I don't feel any sexual dysfunctional desire or anything like that, seriously. Just do not want to be dependent on the drug, but I'm still spraying the minoxidil 5 milligram every day. And I spray about 5 pumps per day on my head just right before I go to bed. And I think the minoxidil really helps to prevent my existing hair from dropping. So for those of you who are impressed with my hair now and probably want to take up this treatment, here are a few things that you need to know. On the 3rd or 4th month, you start dropping hairs. That can be a little bit worrying. In fact, I was warned about this, but I still had to call Dr. Inder to confirm, hey, why am I dropping more hairs? That's because the new hairs are growing and it's pushing out the old hair that stayed. And here's the interesting fact. Right up to today, I still have hairs growing. How do I know? When I run my fingers through my hair, I can feel small little stubble coming out from the follicles. That's quite interesting. And I've been told about this by Dr. Inder, that on month 10 or 11 or 12, you still have hairs growing. So as such, there are a few precautions that you need to take. You need to lead a healthy lifestyle, stay away from smoke, try to keep stress down, keep a healthy diet because your hairs are still growing. So sleeping very late can prevent those hair from continuously growing. Oh, here's an important point for those who are considering to get one of those high-tech, really realistic toupee or hairpiece. The cost is almost similar, so you might as well get something that's real. See, I'm pulling my hair and I don't need glue to keep my toupee on because it's my real hair. So for those of you who are evaluating doing that, you might as well do this. This is a better option. Oh, and finally, you want to see how it looks like before my hair transplant at its worst stage of balding. This is how it looks like. And this compared to back then. And finally, the acid test of how this journey started. That I bow down to check my mic. That's how not so balding I am now. I presume I still have a few spots balding. But hopefully with the hair still continuously growing, I should have this small little spot filled up soon. There's so many people telling me that when you do hair transplant, the places that they take the hair from, the graft donor area, you will have a bald patch there. I don't have this problem. See? Swear to God, hair grew back. So I was so fascinated why I don't have baldy spots after the extraction of the graft. So I called Inder, and this is where Inder told me that her procedures, her techniques, and the post-procedure treatments with the PRP and all that, that's where it helped the hair to grow back exactly like how it was before. Fascinating. So someone actually went on the YouTube and said that, don't do it. If you do it, you're going to have yourself balding at the back where they took the hair from. Thank God that did not happen to me. None, right? Do you see baldy patches?
None.
None? Good. So, my overall rating of how successful this procedure is, I would say a 4.5 out of 5. But I don't see myself balding that much. Perhaps, you know, Yi Chong is my producer and director. He has been filming me since the day we started this YouTube journey. So Yi Chong, what is your rating? You worked with me for so long.
I would give it a 4, maybe 4.5 or so.
Not too bad. So you impressed with this actually?
Yeah, quite.
Okay. Before I go, there's a few important things that you may want to know. That I sometimes still feel a little bit sense of, it's not pain. It's like you knock your head, and then 3 days later, when your head is recovering from that knock, you feel a little bit sore. I still get that little bit of feeling sometimes, but it's definitely not pain, and this whole process is not painful at all. The only thing is that you may need to have your head bandaged, but that's quite fun because I became a doctor. So, if you're balding and you need a permanent solution that works, this is definitely the right procedure for you. And honestly, I'm really impressed with Dr. Inder and the team because I don't get the bald patches at the back of my head. I'll see you in the next episode. And as usual, subscribe, hit the bell button so when I have a new video, you'll be notified. You know what? Finally, I could walk into the hairstylist and I say, I want a hairstyle for my long hair, But the irony is that I find this hairstyle a little bit like those old Jackie Chan Kung Fu movie.
Nah, not even close.
Why?
You don't know Kung Fu.
Okay. My nose not big enough? He's gonna write to us. He's gonna go down the comment section and say, I just unsubscribe and do Jackie Chan.